Hi, and welcome to this episode of the Insurance Experts. It's my pleasure to have Dogan Kaleli on the line. He's an insurance executive for Allianz. He works on the property and casualty side in the corporate and specialty markets. Thanks for joining us today, Dogan.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks very much.
So I know today we're going to talk about insurance tech a little bit and partnerships and digital transformation. But first, I want to get some background on yourself and how you got into insurance and insurance tech. Tell me a little bit about how you began your career.
Right. I studied actuarial science at college. So then after graduation, I actually wanted to be in the underwriting field rather than actuarial. No offense to anyone. Then I started as a property underwriter in Allianz, Turkey. After a couple of years, I was lucky enough to be transferred actually to Allianz Brazil. First 2 years, risk management department, and then last 2 years I had 3 underwriting departments: property, aviation, and fronting business. Then 7 years ago, I got transferred to US. I'm based in New York. My first 4 years were in risk management as well. I was head of risk management for North America, and last 3 years I've been spending as head of programs for Canada and US.
Wow, so you have this really wide range of experience. Obviously, you've been afforded some great opportunities, and I know we both have a mutual passion in insurance tech. And you founded this forum called the Insurance Innovation Forum. So for anyone listening, it's www.iiforum.co. And tell me a little bit about kind of how you got interested in the insurance tech world and where the forum idea came from.
Yeah, so it's a very, very recent development actually. So we founded we wanted to found this platform where insurance professionals, an open platform actually, where insurance professionals can go and see exactly how new trends or new technology, not necessarily technology, but new trends are coming up and how they are changing the insurance. So I call it the concept of the future of insurance, right? Mm-hmm. So you can go in there and learn about AI, not necessarily how AI works, but how AI is changing your job. If you're an underwriter, you can see some real use cases and you can relate to those, right? Instead of getting stuck on what AI is and how it's done. So we wanted to keep it very simple and very related to insurance. So that's one thing. We also started to invite Insurtechs so they can give them an opportunity to tell the community, right, of insurance professionals, what they are doing and showcase their products and so on.
I think that's so valuable, like knowing the practical aspects of how the technologies are used or the business aspects. To me, that's really fascinating. And I think it's always this debate about which comes first. Is it the technology or is it the business idea or the process? And it's a little bit of both, right? You have to know what the technology is capable of to come up with an executable strategy. But without the business, concept, you really can't, have technology at all. So I think it's really cool that you're doing it. Now, let's talk a little bit about digital transformation and partnerships. So obviously, you're creating a lot of partnerships through your platform. Where do you see the insurance tech companies going with how they're kind of engaging and innovating in the ways that you're talking about?
Right. So that's a very broad topic, right? So digital transformation, like, oh my God. So we can really talk about the legacy systems because as an insurance industry, we have that obstacle that we haven't still solved. But so there are a lot of areas in terms of legacy systems, legacy businesses even, not necessarily technology, that we need to focus and transform. But at the same time, process automation type of things that we need to pay attention to tackle as well because of customer expectations going really high right now with digital era. But at the same time, there is that third pillar in my head, which is changing the game of insurance. So coming up with new or emerging risks, like cyber is a good example. Not right now, but it's been discovered. But 2-3 years ago, cyber, like that was a new one, right? For all of us. Many years ago, D&O was like that, right? We didn't know how to underwrite it, and now we have all the all the expertise in place. So and the models in place. So it's really I'm really excited about Insurtech's coming up with new business areas, products, creating this marketplace or platform business model, if you will, to enable insurance companies or reinsurance companies to do better for the customer.
And it sounds like where it starts is there's something fundamental and universal about what we do, right? It's been around for hundreds of years, and inherently we're still doing the same fundamental steps. We're just using technology to make it more efficient or to improve the customer experience or those types of things. So whether it's, like you said, legacy systems, or whether it's inventing a whole new line of business to solve a risk management problem that's really out there that hasn't yet been solved, that's really what we have to hone in on. Now, there's always this kind of debate. We talk about the quote unquote Uber model where they disrupted, the marketplace for taxi cabs, let's say. And then there's partnering with the incumbents. What do you see as kind of the direction where the insurance techs are going and should be going when it comes to partnerships?
So I think, in short, we need to partner. That's it. I keep saying in every company that I work with, we are an underwriting company. We are in insurance industry. Our job is to underwrite. Brokers world, agents world. They manage the clients and they do their role, and we have all those stakeholders. We are not Google. We're not a tech company. We don't have to be, right? But let's focus on what we do the best, which is risk management and underwriting. So and really support the entire world and economy to continue, because insurance does exactly that. Our value proposition is so rich. So I think we need to be aware of that, right? Mm-hmm. So at the same time, if you go back like 5 years, 6 years, you see a lot of projects in the insurance world on global arena actually, kicking off. We're going to build this platform, that platform, but it really didn't go how we planned, right? As the industry planned, we really realized that we need to focus on what we do the best, risk management, and other value propositions around it. And we need to partner. We need to partner with tech companies. We need to partner with vendors where they focus on what they do the best, and that combination is really beautiful. And that's the only solution, if you ask me, my personal experience.
Sure.
How we will support our customers and make sure they're okay, right?
Yeah, and I think it's because nobody can really do it all at the end of the day. There's limited resources. People have different expertise. We, as a company, we partner with the insurance companies. We partner with the agents and advisors. At the end of the day, if we know our role and we're fulfilling fundamentally sound principles and making everyone's jobs more productive, that's where you get the wins out of it. So I think that's kind of where you're headed with your thoughts too. Now, I wanted you to tell us a story. I know you had worked with someone through your firm that had a particularly successful outcome from this partnership concept. Can you tell us a little bit about the company? Just at a high level. You don't have to give their name.
Right. So because the project is still going on, maybe not. But a real example is actually fascinating. This came out of the community that we started to create with the Insurance Innovation Forum, right? So we started to invite people to be members. They signed up, and we also invited Insurtechs to sign up. And one of the first Insurtechs actually, showcased their value proposition, their use cases. Very talented company from the US. So someone in Brazil picked it up and said, "Hey, wait a second! In Brazil, we need some product, some value proposition like that. It can help me." So that conversation naturally started, and now actually 2 weeks ago, it got really serious, and now they are closing a deal with the insurance company in Brazil, which is fascinating. That's the power of the network, power of the forum, how I call it, right? Mm-hmm. It was nothing planned. It just happened. So that's why I'm so excited about Insurance Innovation Forum, because I'm pretty sure we will see more and more results like this. And at the end of the day, it is, if you think about it, it is boosting, it is supporting the insurance industry globally in every country, in every region, to have access to these innovative ideas, innovative business models.
Yeah, that's so cool. I always think about how many connections every day don't happen. And can you imagine, without this, how would a company in US and how would a company in Brazil maybe have ever found each other? But that's great that you have that ability to connect them together. And the sharing of ideas, of course, can benefit a lot of people because these concepts and risk management is universal.
Yeah,
So really cool what you're doing. I'd love to support the iiforum.co for those of you that want to join. And hope to have you on future episodes, Dohan. Thanks for joining us.
absolutely. Thank you.